In the last video, we spoke about a term insurance, why you should have one, what are the benefits of having one, and what are the criteria you need to look at before taking one. Today, we'll speak about a critical illness policy. In case of a term insurance, your family members are covered in case you're not there. But when it comes to a critical illness policy, you are covered when you are faced with a severe disease like a heart attack or a cancer or a kidney transplant. In such cases, the hospital bill can rise up to 50 lakh or 1 crore or go beyond that. Therefore, even if you have that kind of money, it becomes very difficult at that point of time to arrange for it, and that just leads to more stress. Now, a lot of people don't take it saying that, okay, this is a one-off event and this will not happen to me. But looking at the current lifestyle, looking at the current stress levels, it is safe to say that you need to have a reserve that will take care in case you face such severe diseases. Because imagine a situation, if you don't have the money for it, it will take you into a debt trap. You will have to borrow the money for it and then you have to pay the interest. Now that will cause more stress. More stress will cause more health issues. Now the next question comes, how much should you take it for? Typically your cover should be in such a way that it covers the hospital bills and it covers at least 2 to 3 years of your income. Because when you are hit with such a severe disease, there is a chance that you might not immediately go to work. Hence, on the looks of it, 2 to 4 years of your income can be a good range for which you can take your policy. If your income is around 15 lakh per annum, your critical illness policy can range from about 30 lakh to 60 lakh. The next question comes that, do I take a standalone policy or a rider? I think both of them more or less come to the same premium. You can take any of it, don't stress too much on it. How do you get the payment from the company? Now understand that after you are diagnosed with the disease, you need to survive for a certain period, which is called the survival period, which is about approximately 15 to 30 days after you are diagnosed with that disease. Once you cross those 30 days, then the entire policy amount, that is the entire sum assured, is given to you regardless of how much the hospitalization bill is. For example, if you are diagnosed with cancer and you survive for more than 30 days and the hospital bill comes to around 10 lakh, but your sum assured of the critical illness is of 50 lakh, then you will get the entire 50 lakh. Then you can do whatever you want with the rest of the 40 lakh. You can do your treatment abroad, you can do it in a domestic hospital, or you can use it on yourself. That doesn't matter. Now there are certain things you need to look at before taking this policy. The first one is each and every policy covers different kinds of diseases. So you need to go through the terms and conditions and check that which diseases does this particular policy cover. The second thing you need to keep in mind is a waiting period. Usually there is around 30 to 90 days of a waiting period. Now this is different from the survival period. In the survival period, after you're diagnosed, you need to survive for those many days. But in the waiting period, it is that after you've taken the policy, you will not get any benefit for that particular period. So if the waiting period is 90 days, then if you get diagnosed with any disease within 90 days of you taking that policy, then you will not get any benefit. After 90 days, if you get diagnosed with a certain disease, then you'll get the benefit provided you complete the survival period after you're diagnosed with the disease. The next point that you need to keep in mind are the exclusions. Each policy has its own exclusions. You need to go through the terms and conditions for that. Generally, it's like alcohol or smoking or drugs. Anything caused due to those reasons might not be covered by the insurance company. This is a pretty simple policy to take. You can take it as a rider with your term insurance, or you can take it as a separate policy, but take it from a reputed company which has been in the business since a long period of time. Preferably the company is backed by a bank. To summarize this entire video, starting with why you need a critical illness, basically you need it so that it covers you in case of a severe disease. You don't want to go into a debt trap, and you need this because you want to invest stress-free. Second is, how much cover do you need? The sum assured should cover the hospitalization bills of your illness and 2 to 3 years of your income. Should you take a standalone or a rider policy? Both of them have more or less the same premiums. Don't stress too much about it. Then comes the survival period. This is the period that you need to survive after you're diagnosed with that disease in order to get the claim. How much is the amount that is received? You will get the entire sum assured as soon as you're diagnosed with that disease or illness, irrespective of the hospitalization bills. Then coming to which diseases are covered, most companies more or less cover the same diseases, but there are a few differences. You can check the terms and conditions before taking this. But the major ones like heart disease, kidney transplant or cancer are most likely covered. What is the waiting period? The waiting period is different from the survival period, and in this period, if you get diagnosed, you won't get the claim. For example, if 90 days is the waiting period, then you will get the claim only if you're diagnosed with that disease after 90 days of taking the policy. Coming to the exclusions, anything that happens to you under the influence of alcohol or smoking or drugs or any really dangerous activity that you're doing are most likely excluded. And lastly, where to take it from? Most people think a lot about this and then take no decision. Don't stress too much about it. Take it from a reputed company who's been in the business since a long period of time, and preferably it has been backed by a bank. If you find this useful, you can also check out our video on health insurance and term insurance as well. I'll attach the link of those videos in the description.